Hey guys, it's Crystal Renee here. Welcome back. And if you're new here, thanks for joining. Hey guys, I know I look a hot mess. Excuse the way I look. Just thought I'd give you an indoor plant tour. There goes those birds again. And Nivea singing. As I was saying, if you'd like to see my plant tour, then stay tuned. The first plant I would like to show you is my Dracaena marginata. I've had this plant for some time now. I would say it's a slow grower, although I always see new leaves, but its height is still the same. If anybody has any tips to better care for this plant, please comment below. Next up is my Dieffenbachia plant, also known as the dumb cane. This plant is one of the oldest plants that I have, and it has been growing like crazy. As you can see, it has new leaves. And thanks to you all, my How to Grow Dumb Cane video is up to 8.8K views. Next, we have my Alocasia poly. This plant has been through some tough times. It caught spider mites, lost a lot of its leaves, and I was only able to save 2, but now it has some new growth, so yay. On to one of my mini Monstera deliciosus. I believe it's a Monstera, but it has no split leaves. But everyone's telling me it's because it hasn't matured yet, but all 4 of the ones I own haven't split yet. So this little guy here is a cyclamen. It was a gift from Charles. It was the last plant actually purchased. It needs to be repotted. I will be doing that soon enough. Next up is my poinsettia. This was a gift back last Christmas, I would say. It was very large. It was larger than this, but I split it up and 2 of the stems died back, and this is the only survivor, and it's doing great, but I'm curious to see if it will turn back red. This little guy is my son DeMichael's plant. He's been with us for a long time, but as you can see, he's a little stretchy. And this here is my daughter Nivea's plant. It's a purple velvet. It's a cutting that I just stuck into her plant. It's living its best life. Well, trying to at least. And last but not least, we have Royal's plant. This is a pothos, a golden pothos actually. Also a cutting. And back here is a spider plant. I split my spider plant up and just put the smaller leaves into that pot. Down here we have my wandering Jew. This is also a cutting from my mother plant. Another jade. I am no good with succulent, guys. Luckily, these jade plants have been thriving for me. Here I have another cutting bunch of cuttings that I put together to form a fuller pothos plant. Golden pothos, that is. Here down here I have another jade plant. Let me get focused. Yeah, there we go. Another jade and also another group of pothos cuttings. Golden pothos, that is. So over here in my south and southwest facing window, I have my money tree. This money tree is one of the first plants that I ever purchased. It is doing awesome. It had its bad times, but it is now flourishing once again. Over here are my peace lily. This little one here, I gifted my mother, but ended up getting it back because it was dying. And this is the very first peace lily that I owned. It went through a lot of trauma, but as you can see, it's back healthy. Down here is my very first pilea. I was so excited to get this. When I saw it, I had to have it. And look at the new growth already. Up here is my very sad golden pothos, the mother plant. And above it, we have the mother plant of my wandering Jew. And it seems to be doing okay after giving her a haircut. So all the other wandering Jew I have came from this plant, which I received in a giveaway. And as for this pothos, all my cuttings came from her as well. Up top here in the right corner, I have another Dieffenbachia. I do not remember the name. If you know the name, please leave it in the comments below. Hopefully I get it to grow like the other one I have. For those of you who have seen my purple velvet video, this is some cuttings I took from her and put together and created a full pot. Back here is one of two of my lucky bamboo, have been growing very well. Here is one of two of my Calico E. This is the white one. It blooms white flowers. Another pot of purple velvet plant that I created. You will see a lot of this throughout the video. Back here is my second lucky bamboo. And here is my anthurium that you saw in my last video. What sits behind her is a vase full of water and pothos cuttings along with purple heart cuttings. Sorry for the darkness, but this is one of my crotons. Next to her sits my golden barrel cactus. Charles brought this home. Another one of my recent purchases, my purple waffle. This too almost died completely until I figured out how to care for her. Over here is one of the 3 babies I got from my mother Pilea. Also growing very well. Over here sits my Dracaena reflexa. I believe that's what it's called. If you know the correct name, comment below. It's also called the Song of India. It is growing very well, has some new green leaves at the top, but it's curving a bit. If anybody know how to stop that from happening, comment that below as well. Now this is the smallest baby I took from my mother Pilea. It also has some new growth. And over here, I have my goldfish plant. This is also a new purchase. I'm still learning it. It seems to be doing well. I see new little leaves growing from it, so I think it's happy. I do apologize about the lighting. I just couldn't get a good angle of where it's sitting. Anyway, over here is my other Calico E. This is the pink one. It seems to have a bit root rot, so I might have to repot her. In between the two is my Croton Petra. It has new leaves popping out of it all the time, as it does now. I'm trying to get it to stay tricolored, but it's been a bit difficult. If you have any tips to keep this tricolored, comment below. Now down here is my zebra plant. It's still looking a bit sad, but growing. And here's another cutting from my purple velvet plant. I wanted a fuller plant, and I only had 2 cuttings to work with, so that's why I had so many. And here's the cutting from my Pothos. Enjoy. The mother plant you will be seeing shortly. And more purple velvet. Not sure if these come variegated, but if so, here's my variegated zebra plant. It has a little browning on its leaves, but I will take care of that soon. Wanted a second shot at this, being that my first one did so bad. Okay, over here I have my rubber plant. It had scorched some leaves sitting in this spot, but I tried to filter the light a little bit more, and it seems to be working. Now down here is the last and largest baby I got from my Pilea plant, and it is growing new leaves. It is loving its new space. So down here I have some type of cactus. I'm not sure what it's called. If you know the name, comment below. Next to it, I have the mother plant of my Pothos. Enjoy. Excuse my picture frames. I have not put any pictures in them yet. And down here, I have the mother plant of my spider plant. When I first received her, she was much fuller, but I think I kind of overwatered, but she's thriving now. Over here is my Berry Illusion arrowhead. It was very small when I got it, but it's growing well. And right behind it is the Devil's Backbone that I won from Miss Linda May's giveaway. It is doing awesome. She actually gave me 2. Back here in the right is some propagation I got going on of, you guessed it, Wandering Jew in purple velvet, which I plan to give away or sell in the future. Speaking of selling, I have these over here in the corner, all potted up, freshly ready to sell. Over to the left is my asparagus fern, and I'm not sure if it's going to survive. We shall see. A fake plant given to me by my mother, of course. Down here is the second Devil's Backbone given to me by Miss Linda May. And down here are more cuttings that I plan to sell. I've already posted this on OfferUp and Craigslist. Over here I have some English ivy that I saved from spider mites, but now it's just trying to thrive. Hopefully it survives. Now here on my dining room table is the largest Monstera deliciosa I have. The 2 that you see here are the largest. I hope that it gets a split soon. That's all I can say. And it's growing, as you can see the new leaf. This one, it's gangster leaning because I had it facing one way for too long, so now I'm trying to get it to stand straight again. Here's the elephant's bush cutting that I got from my mom's next door neighbor. Thank you so much, Alyssa, Bianca, and Miss Sally. I appreciate it. Over here, I have some succulent that I have no idea what to do with. Hopefully they survive. Over here on my studio desk, I have an aloe vera. Right next to that, I have a bird's nest snake plant. I have this orchid that I will soon be water culturing. And last but not least, I have my last Monstera deliciosa. Well, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please follow me on all my social media platforms. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share. And don't forget to click the community tab. Until next time, happy growing.